What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another 5-year rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. And today we got the Miami Heat. This is a team that was just a 1 seed during the regular season. They were a team that was just in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were Jimmy Butler 3 away from actually going to the Finals. So the talent is definitely here. I would say I probably have them as a top 3 team in the East. If you want to put the Bucks and Celtics ahead of them, you're more than welcome to. But the Miami Heat last year kind of proved themselves. Maybe didn't get all the way to the finals, but this team's definitely a contender. We will get into all my thoughts on this Miami Heat team and how I think they're going to do with their kind of new roster. I don't want to say new. Nothing really changed, just kind of lost some pieces. Made a couple of new additions. They drafted Nicole Yovich, obviously, and then they brought back some guys. But this is a team that definitely should be good next year. That being said, before we do get in the video, the road to 40K has officially started. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could join the community. And of course, leave any other video ideas you do have down below in the comment section. So without further ado, man, the Heat were obviously in the finals in the bubble, did not win that. We're a shot away from going to the finals this year. Can they maybe get there again and maybe win a championship this time? First one since LeBron. Let's hop in. It is time to go over this Heat roster before we do start Sim in the first season for us here in Miami. Let's get into it. Kyle Lowry, a little bit on the older side now. 36 years of age, regressed a few overalls in the offseason. Obviously, I sim kind of up to this current start of the 2022 season. So Kyle Lowry is here. You know, he's probably not a long-term answer. This is probably his final season. Just because this is, one, an unrealistic rebuild, and two, I think I can get a guy who's definitely better at this point. Gabe Vincent will be the backup point guard here. I think his overall definitely should go up a few once we do get 2K23 out. I'm excited for that eventually, just the game in general. But Vincent's not a bad backup point guard option. They got Tyler Hero, who actually progresses really, really well in this game and like turns into like a 90-plus overall and kind of a star. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Tyler Hero is not very good. We're going to go ahead and start him today because I'm going to do this. There's no shot I'm not starting Tyler Hero, who's an 88 overall in today's video. So Hero's going to be starting. We're eventually going to have to pay him. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Duncan Robinson is not in my rotation. Man basically got a bag from the Miami Heat and then just kind of said, you know what, I'm not necessarily that good at basketball anymore. So he's obviously a good three-point shooter. I just don't really think he fits with this team anymore. Victor Oladipo signed a 2-year deal to remain with this team. It's actually a player option in that second season. But we have Victor Oladipo back. I'm excited to have him back. I would definitely take him over Duncan Robinson. Victor Oladipo is actually a 77 overall. I had to move him to shooting guard. He was listed as a small forward just because that's where I needed the backup minutes. Jimmy Butler, one of the best players in the world. Probably top 10, 11, 12, whatever you want to classify him as player. He's here. I'm excited to have him. This dude balls out. He takes it to another level, especially come playoff time. And I'd like to get him a championship. I think he deserves it. You got Max Strus here, who definitely had some highlights this past, off season especially. Former Celtic legend. It hurts that we didn't have him. The dude almost basically hit it our season. But another really good shooter. Going to be the backup to Jimmy. Caleb Martin came back on a 2-year deal to this team, or actually a 3-year deal, excuse me. It's a player option in that final season. But yeah, another good depth piece for this team. Honestly, he's going to be starting just because I don't have PJ Tucker anymore. So Caleb Martin, you're just kind of stepping into the mix. Funny enough, I actually saw, because I looked up the Heat depth chart currently, just kind of see what rotation they were going to kind of go with. They actually have Robinson listed as their starting 4, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if that's just, I looked at multiple websites too, and ESPN had it, CBS Sports had it listed that way, so I was a little bit confused. I don't know if that's just because of the roster right now, or that's like genuinely how they're going into next year, but it's going to be interesting. Nicole Yovich was obviously drafted in this past year. I'm excited to see him kind of play and see if he can kind of develop a little bit. I don't know if he's necessarily ever going to be a starter for us, but excited to have him here nonetheless. Bam Adebayo, one of the best young centers in the entirety of the NBA, defensive monster, and hopefully a defensive player of the year candidate for us. They got Yurtseven here as well, and then Dwayne Dedmon re-signed on a 2-year deal. Unfortunately, he's a guy who also really just doesn't have not going to be in this rotation. There's just really no space for him. I do not need a third center. In real life, there's obviously different teams that are going to play with different looks and different rotations. Here in the game, when I basically have one rotation the entire time, Yurtseven, who's only 24 years old, is going to be getting those minutes backing up Bam. So that is it for now. Can this team maybe go out and win a finals in year 1? Time will tell. I'll see you guys the rotation before we do start sim in the first year. Rotation is set, and we are now ready for hopefully a championship or bust. I don't want to say that, but it's a championship year definitely. And hopefully, because, I mean, look at the way this roster is kind of constructed right now. I mean, a lot of our guys are somewhat on the older side. I mean, Hero and Bam definitely aren't. But guys like Lowry, I'm not going to trade Jimmy, obviously, but he is on the older side. Oladipo's on the older side. And then, I mean, I think this team's ready to win. So it's Lowry, Hero, Butler, Caleb Martin, and Bam Adebayo as the starting five. I kind of explained to you guys why that's the way I'm going with the starting five, but hopefully this team's good enough to be a top 2-3, maybe seed here in the East. Oladipo is going to be our sixth man here, backing up Tyler Hero. Then it's Omer Yurtseven, Max Strus, Nicole Yovich, and Gabe Vincent. So a little bit of an interesting bench. This is definitely something we maybe could upgrade eventually, but for the first season, it's not too bad. I've definitely had worse. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1, hopefully as a top seed. The first season comes to a close. We are a 5 seed here in the East. That's maybe not exactly where we kind of wanted to be. I was hoping for maybe 1, 2, maybe 3. We slipped to 5. It's not exactly ideal. Playoffs are somewhat a different animal, though. We're also number 6 in the power rankings. Look, I know the power rankings are not strictly based off of the standings, but they definitely do have something to do with it. 6 is interesting. Luka Doncic, MVP. I don't count it because it's not a triple-double. You all know that at this point. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons. Matisse Thybulle actually wins Defensive Player of the Year. Typically, at least in the first season, it's just always Giannis. So Matisse Thybulle, congrats on taking that award from, probably the best player in the world. Jared Vanderbilt actually wins the Most Improved Player award. I'll check out his, I guess, it's not great. Not horrible, but, okay. Willie Green and the Pelicans are probably having a very dominant year. So, we finished with a record of 47-35. Again, I think this is definitely a 50-plus win team. It just didn't look like it worked out that way for us for the first season. Jimmy Butler led us in scoring, also led us probably pretty close. Oh, no, he wasn't. I don't know why I thought he would lead us in boards as well. I forgot Bam Adebayo existed. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry. Look, I'm not saying that this is an accurate representation of the kind of basketball player that Kyle Lowry is, but I think at the age 36, especially with how much money he's making, it's definitely time to move on. Victor Oladipo, honestly, pretty good numbers for our sixth man. Caleb Martin, Omer Yurtseven, really actually good for the minutes he was playing and the role he kind of had. Max Strus and Nicole Yovich, it's a rookie year. Definitely maybe not a memorable one, but it's a rookie year for him. Bam Adebayo leads us in boards, and assists does go to Kyle Lowry. Boy is thick as fuck. All right, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers here in round number 1. Let's take a look at their squad. Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Chetty Osman, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. They got Sexton, Lowry Marketing, K. Love, Karis LeVert. Very deep team. Honestly, I don't really know who I'd classify as better in the game. In real life, the Miami Heat are 100% better. But let's see if we can maybe not blow a 3-1 lead. We do not. And we got the Atlanta Hawks here in round 2. Trey Young. Oh, so they switched it up on me. So typically the way it works is that they have DeJounte Murray start, and Trey Young comes off the bench because this game's completely broken. No, they just continue to screw things up and have DeJounte actually coming off the bench, funny enough. They're probably still going to smoke us. Oh, wait, we're up to... Okay, so we're battling a little bit, and we're going back to these finals. We got a Game 7 here, and we lose in Atlanta in Game 7. Would have been a fun rematch with the Celtics. You actually got a battle of the 7 versus the 8 seed over there in the West. Pelicans lost in the first round. Are they falling off a bit? Are they falling off a little bit? Hawks go on to win the finals. Trey Young, finals MVP. Maybe not as many points as you would think. Well, he actually only started 3 games. That's really funny. I'm actually surprised I noticed that. 3 games started. So how many games did that series go? It went 7 games. So in 4 of the games, he came off the bench. That's absolutely bonkers. Maybe that's why the scoring was down a little bit. Let's hit the draft lottery, where we definitely do not have any picks involved. We can go ahead and sim it. It's probably some of the board. See, here's the thing. The Suns always suck. It's really weird. You would expect the Jazz to be there. I mean, I know Donovan Mitchell's technically still on the team, but the roster around him is not very good. You kind of expect the Rockets, definitely the Spurs. The Knicks maybe a little bit lower, but it'll be interesting. Also, something I've been noticing recently is, because I just saw that the Rockets also had that Bucks pick. The Bucks always somehow end up sucking, and I'm really not sure what it is. But they just do. I might try to get one of their picks. I think the Pelicans have a lot of them. Shocker, again. Eric Spoelstra is probably a top 2 or maybe even top 1 head coach in the league. I know a lot of people do consider him to be the best head coach in the league. I'm not getting in that debate. You're more than welcome to have it in my comment section if you'd like, but he's a very good head coach. We're not moving on from him. That being said, a guy who we are going to be moving on is probably Kyle Lowry, definitely Duncan Robinson, maybe a guy like Dwayne Dedmon who didn't really crack the rotation. Maybe we can maximize on Oladipo's kind of value after coming off a good season off the bench. So that being said, we definitely need a new starting point guard. I'd like a new starting power forward, and Caleb Martin, probably not really the answer we're looking for. So we're going to make a lot of trades right now. Let's hop into some of these. I'm not sure if we're really going to even have the assets to get this done, but Ben Simmons would obviously be a huge upgrade, whether we start him at point guard or power forward, whatever it may be. I would really like to have him on this team. I think he'd add a lot of defense, obviously some playmaking. It'd be cool to have him here. So I'll give you a bunch of seconds. I really don't have a ton of firsts. Unfortunately, they want another second, and they'll give me a first. What in the world? Okay, Ben Simmons, welcome to the Miami Heat. I'm not sure where I'm going to start him yet. He's obviously going to be in the starting 5. He typically wins 6 Man of the Year in Brooklyn, but we're going to find a spot for him, definitely. I do not know what sort of value I'm either going to get either for a point guard or for a different power forward, so let's find another trade either for a point guard or a power forward. So Tobias Harris actually only has 3 stars. I think he'd honestly fit this team somewhat decently well. Look, we're giving up a decent amount for him, but, you know, I think he'd be an upgrade at the starting power forward spot. Caleb Martin does have to be in the deal to make the money work, so it kind of sucks, but it's kind of worth it in my opinion. So they still don't want to do that. It's kind of expected. We do have the 28th overall pick this year from the Brooklyn Nets trade. I'll give you that, and I'll give you my 1 first I kind of have left in 2027, and they do agree to that. So we significantly upgraded our starting 5. Now we have Simmons, Hero, Butler, Harris, and Bam Adebayo. We're still going to have Yurtseven off the bench. We don't have a pick in this year's draft now that we did trade the one we got from Brooklyn. We have no pending team player options. Hero needs his qualifying. Yurtseven's definitely getting his qualifying. We definitely are going to have to work on this bench now probably for the remainder of the video just because this team's not necessarily in the best spot anymore. So I would like to bring Strus back. I would also like to bring Gabe Vincent back. And then I'm going to probably wait here on Hero a minute. He's actually probably going to take an offer, isn't he? He has a real offer from the Pacers. So I'll give him an offer here, and then we're just going to continue to play the game. Oh, is Yurtseven? Was he? Oh, he was undrafted. Let me check on something after this, but Hero I'm not going to agree to yet. I'm not going to renounce the rights on him. Let me check on Yurtseven real quick, because a lot of people were telling me if I go with like this and I look up Yurt, there's no way how there's a lot of last names spelled like that. Wow, it's actually not letting me even afford him, and he's not restricted. So Omer Yurtseven is officially gone. That really sucks. I could have used a guy like Dwayne Dedmon, who I traded, but not going to work out that way for us, is it? That sucks that we basically just lose him for nothing. God damn it. All right, so Hero, no. Do not renounce him there, and then we got to do this for one more day. So we got to find a new backup center at this point because that really sucks. Can you believe Tyler Hero's 14 offers? Look, Tyler Hero's really good. I just think 14 offers might be a little bit above and beyond for a 15 now. Given there's only really 4 real offers. Can you imagine if he went to the Lakers? I feel like that's just such a weird match if Tyler Hero were to be a Laker at any point in his career. I really do. But we're going to bring him back now. It's a very big deal, so hopefully he plays up to that deal. That being said, the way I think I'm going to do it is I actually don't think I'm going to have Hero have a backup. Obviously, he's not the best player in this starting lineup. That's typically the way I do it. But I think Strus at 6'5", being a good shooter, can kind of be the backup at both positions, backing up the small forward spot and the shooting guard spot. That in our bench is really thin. So we basically just need a backup center at this point. Hopefully, Yovich can continue to progress. That would definitely be very nice for us, as you know we did lose actually a really good backup center. So, oh, Dedmon was a free agent. I don't know why I thought we traded him. Oh, I have no idea. I feel like I do get Nerlens Noel a lot. So honestly, what I'll do is I will sign a guy like a Larry Nance Jr. and then I'm going to sign him. I'm going to renounce rights on Yurtseven. I'm obviously not getting him back. And then I'll also sign, who else is a high overall here, like an Alex Len, and I'll throw them together in a trade and see if I can maybe upgrade the backup center spot. Look, I know it doesn't have to be anything crazy because they're probably going to be playing like 12 minutes a night, but I'd like to get as much of an upgrade as possible. I'll also throw in a second-round pick. So we're out of picks at this point, which is kind of tough. Kevon Looney actually ended up with the Boston Celtics, funny enough. It's not a horrible option. Oh, this is a good option, but he is a free agent after this year, isn't he? But he should be restricted. Onyeka Okongwu might be my option. He definitely might be. I think he might replace Yurtseven honestly very well. All right, let's take Onyeka Okongwu. It looks like the Hawks don't value him a ton just because they do have Clint Capella. I will 100% take him off my bench. That being said, we are now going to be in a 9-man rotation with a much new and much different looking Miami Heat team. Hopefully a higher seed as well. I will see you guys at the start of year 2 here. This is the second year of this rebuild so far. We've made some very big changes, honestly. We replaced our starting point guard. We replaced our starting power forward. I think this team definitely got better as a whole, and I'm super excited to see how it happens. Honestly, I'm just kind of looking at the defense right now between Simmons and Butler and Bam. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Simmons, Hero, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Bam Adebayo. The bench, it's okay. Strus is getting the 6-man role basically because the way he's going to be in the rotations is he's going to be both the backup shooting guard and the backup small forward. Along with that, I don't really like having big men, a.k.a. Onyeka Okongwu, be our 6-man. But he will be playing 18 minutes, backing up Bam Adebayo, Nicole Yovich, hopefully going to continue to progress. He's playing 16 minutes a night now, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's going to be a star for us, but continuing his progression would be nice. Then Gabe Vincent, who's still a 73. I thought Gabe's overall, I mean, I know he's 27, 28 years old now, but I think he honestly does deserve a higher overall. He's playing 12 minutes a night, basically just a quarter. Let's see if this team can maybe be closer to the top of the East this year. We were a 5 seed last year. Let's see if that can happen. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. We officially do take the 1 seed here at the end of year 2. It's an exciting thing to see. Hopefully we're favorites coming out of the East, and hopefully we're pretty much close to title favorites. Joel Embiid finally gets that coveted MVP award. I mean, that's a hell of a season. I'm happy for the man. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, ended up with the Suns. So I'm not exactly sure what they're doing with him and Ayton. But he won Rookie of the Year nonetheless. It appears that he plays starting minutes with those numbers. Oh, well, you know, that answers my question right there. I guess he did not. Well, he maybe played starting minutes technically, but he was the 6th man. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year after a brief stint of Matisse Thybulle winning it. Paolo Banchero actually wins Most Improved. And we went 67-15. Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year. You definitely deserve it after a season like that. Wow, this team was very, very good. What was the most wins they got when they had LeBron in the Miami? I don't think it was 67. I think it was, I don't know what it was. It was definitely more than 60, I think, for at least one of the seasons, I believe. But nonetheless, this team was nuts. Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Tobias Harris, actually a really solid season. Ben Simmons, Bam Adebayo, Nicole Yovich, kind of taking that next step as we were hoping. Excited to see that. Max Strus, Onyeka Okongwu, Gabe Vincent. And, yeah, this is an impressive squad. Honestly, maybe the bench is playing a little bit better than I thought they would. We got to dance with the Toronto Raptors here. Fred VanVleet added Io to this team. He always leaves the Bulls. OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa, Pat Connaughton, Malachi Flynn. So, you know, that Toronto team didn't really change a ton. You know, I'd definitely say we're a better squad than them. We are up 3-1 here in the first round, and we do move on in 5. Moving on to the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, Bruce Brown, KD, Jalen Smith, Andre Drummond returned to Brooklyn. Nick Claxton, Kyle Lowry, our old friend. It's going to suck playing against him, but he's now a 79. We got Ben Simmons, who's obviously just a stud defensively and a whole lot better of a player at this point in time here in the game. Now we got a rematch of technically the 2 years ago's Eastern Conference Finals. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, JT, Rob Williams. They added Zeke Naji, Derek White still there, Peyton Pritchard, Kevon Looney, Grant Williams, absolute tank. Yeah, this team scares me. It's basically the one time I want to beat the Celtics is when I'm playing them here in this game, and we do that in 5 games. And here they come. Here come the Pelicans. I will say, this team's obviously insanely overpowered. You all know that, just basically kind of how Zion Williamson is in this game. That being said, in recent videos anyways, they've kind of been flopping a little bit. Let's see if that can continue to happen. We're down 2-0. It looks like I spoke way too soon, as we are, yeah, probably not going to be winning this one. We lose in 5, and, yeah. I don't know why I said anything. I really shouldn't have said anything. Zion Williamson, Finals MVP. I think he's like 23 or something. That's just absolutely insane. But this team had a hell of a season. And, you know, you can basically sit here and say, hey, you probably won the championship if this game didn't OP Zion all the time. But, you know, I'm still going to try to actually win one. Thunder have 2 top 5 picks. One via the Clippers, one via the Washington Wizards. I feel like they have at least one first-round pick from, like, basically every team in the league. Like, it's absolutely insane what Sam Presti's doing there in Oklahoma City. We traded all of our picks, so unfortunately this is probably not going to be a rebuild where we're drafting a ton of players. Jovic is coming back. We're going to give the qualifying offer here to Onyeka Okongwu. Great season off the bench for us at him being the backup center. Tobias Harris, also a free agent. Doesn't want a ton of money and honestly played really well for us. And then I'll wait here on Okongwu just because I will give him a real offer. Gabe Vincent, I think it might be time to upgrade. It sucks to say because I do like Gabe Vincent a lot. Just 2K just doesn't for some reason. Oh boy, the center options are not that great. Ty Washington is here though. You know what? I'll take him. He's an unrestricted free agent. It looks like he got released. That's kind of why he's there. And he signs with this team. So Gabe Vincent, I'm going to let go. I think there is, you know, Ty Washington very well could be an upgrade at this point in time, especially based on how well he's probably going to end up progressing. Carson Edwards, Celtics legend, was on this team. Didn't even realize it. We'll continue to check on Okongwu, make sure he's not accepting any other offers. It does not appear that he is. And we will basically head through this, and we're going to kind of run it back. I mean, there's really no reason not to. This team just won 67 games. And I don't want to say basically won a final, because we didn't win a finals. I'm not going to say we won a finals, but, you know, we were in the finals and we were competing with an absolute demigod squad team. So, that being said, we're basically going to do the same thing here. Maybe could look for an upgrade at the backup small forward spot. I will glance at trades for Strus. Again, I don't need to make a trade, but I'll look. I'm not going to include a first-round pick because we definitely need to continue to hopefully kind of maintain those first-round picks. We've obviously traded a lot of them at this point. I'm not seeing any straight-up just upgrades at this point. Ooh, Terry Eason, he's only 23. This could be a fun deal, and especially because it's going to save us, not save us money in the long run maybe, but like I think this is a smart move. I mean, we get a lot younger at the spot. I really think that might be a really good trade for us. Justice Winslow back to the Miami Heat. Remember when Danny Ainge tried to give up like 5 first-round picks for He ultimately wanted wins, though. Miami said no. I mean, that's just a big fat L on everybody's part. It really is. We're going to do this deal. We're going to get Terry Easton, who's going to slide into that six-man role, so it's definitely a lot of pressure for him. Probably lose a little bit of shooting there, trading Strus, but I am excited to have Terry Easton here, and hopefully kind of anchor down the second unit for us. I will see you guys at the start of year 3 here in Miami. So year 3 is here, and you know, this team basically stayed the same. I mean, maybe a couple small tweaks on the bench, but the core of this team did not change. Ben Simmons, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Bam Adebayo. I keep forgetting that Jimmy's up to the age of 35 now. It's kind of crazy. I don't want to compare him to anybody, but thinking like progression-wise, when you look at guys like DeMar DeRozan and Chris Middleton in this game, look, I'm not comparing the talent there. It's obvious. There's obviously a gap between Jimmy Butler and those guys. That being said, though, he just really doesn't regress as much. And I love it now that I'm doing a rebuild with him, but it's just kind of weird to see how 2K, I know it's the peak end age or whatever the hell the thing is, but just weird how that happens and how 2K just seemingly never changes it. Terry Easton, who we just traded for, 23 years old, from the Houston Rockets, former first-round pick. Going to be now our sixth man here. We definitely lose a little bit of shooting, probably gain a little bit of defense. I'm excited to have him here. We got Onyeka Okongwu, who we actually paid a lot of money to, just about $20 million a season, to come off the bench and be our backup center. So maybe eventually he could be included in a package with Tobias Harris to maybe get an upgrade at the starting 4. As of now, he'll remain on the team as the backup center. We got Nicole Yovich continuing to progress, and then Ty Washington down here as well. So this is a fun team. This is a team that just won 67 games, and I think this team honestly got a little bit better. I'm excited to see what happens. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3 here in Miami. LaMelo Ball is your MVP here at the end of year number 3. Very impressive season from LaMelo. Xavier Booker, Rookie of the Year. Went, number 2 overall to the Chicago Bulls. Another team who ends up pretty much sucking by the end of the first year of these rebuilds. Jaden Ivey, 6th Man of the Year, not starting in Detroit, but putting up a hell of a season nonetheless. Jackson Jr., Defensive Player of the Year. So we've had 3 different Defensive Players of the Year, which has been cool. Something interesting. Definitely spices it up a little bit. Scoot Henderson always ends up in Houston somehow. Wins Most Improved. He ends up being like a 95 overall by the end of this video. We won 68 games. I mean, this team better win a championship. I hate to say championship or bust, but, like, there's really nothing I'm going to do. I'm not going to fire Eric Spoelstra if we don't win a championship. I'm not going to blow this team up, but, like, wow, 49 games took the 1 seed over there in the East, and it's shocker of the year. It was the Pelicans. Tyler Hero actually leads us in scoring, so Jimmy Butler is definitely taking a little bit of a dip in the scoring department. That being said, I don't really need him to score the ball. I mean, Tyler Hero is kind of doing that for us, and again, I think I don't really, I'm not mad at Jimmy Butler. I'm assuming he's still providing excellent defense. Did Ben Simmons average 10 assists? Did I see that right? We got the Knicks here in round 1. DJ Wagner, who they just drafted. Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. Mitchell Robinson, Lou Dort, Kevon Looney, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin. Let's see what happens. We actually lose game 1. That's not the way you want to start out a playoff run as a 68-win team. But it's a gentleman's sweep as we end up winning 4 straight and winning in 5. Here comes Kyrie Irving, Cameron Thomas, Chris Middleton, Kevin Durant, Andre Drummond, Jalen Smith, Nick Claxton, Kessler Edwards. Good team there in Brooklyn. We're up 2-0 though. We're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. Okay, come on now. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and wow, the Pelicans got swept by the Rockets. That's how good the Rockets' young core is. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Pat Connaughton, Jackson Hayes, Mark Williams. It's interesting, especially having Bagley and Sexton off the bench. I just think we're still a better team. That being said, we're down 2-0. Again, what is going on? Really? I mean, I don't really know what's going on right now. I don't want to look for a scapegoat. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know. I really don't know what happened. Tobias Harris was really not good. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. Maybe the Hornets were just that much better than us, and they go on to win the finals, and MVP LaMelo Ball is insane. So, that's that. I mean, we won 67 games last year, 68 games this year, and it resulted in a finals loss and an Eastern Conference Finals loss. So, not exactly the way I thought this was going to go. It might be time to maybe pull the trigger on a somewhat big upgrade. And, it looks like, oh, wow, the Thunder got another high draft pick. I'm surprised I actually don't see them in the finals more. Don't get me wrong, the whole demigod thing with the Pelicans, not that shocking, but, how do the Thunder never become, that good? Sometimes they'll be in the finals, don't get me wrong. I've seen them win a championship sometimes. But, you would feel like they would be in the finals pretty much every year, especially in a 5-year rebuild anyways. We do not have any draft picks. We're paying Jimmy Butler $52 million. It's a whole lot of money. Terry Easton coming back, Ty Washington coming back. Why would I not bring them back, 2K? So we basically, I don't think, have any really big free agents here. I think we've basically signed everybody. Oh, never mind. I take that back. Please tell me I have enough money. Nobody's even giving him a real offer, so he'll probably accept that. Ben Simmons, welcome back to the team. That would have sucked if I just skipped right over free agency. That being said, though, it's probably time to make some sort of deal to upgrade this team. We're going to make this trade right here with the Toronto Raptors. We're going to send them Onyeka Okongwu, Tobias Harris, and 2 future first-round picks. We're getting Pascal Siakam back, and they, funny enough, threw in Fred VanVleet. He's a guy who's probably going to regress a little bit, but he's a very, very good backup point guard, and I'm honestly really excited to kind of have him here in Miami. So he's going to be coming off the bench, most likely going to be our new 6th man. It's not really a problem for me. Siakam will be our new backup power forward. And then, yeah, we're probably going to find a trade for Ty Washington. I think he actually technically has a no-trade clause, I believe. No, he actually doesn't. We need a new backup center. So Ty Washington does not need to be some sort of stud. Walker Kessler honestly could be my guy. I mean, yeah, maybe not with those numbers, but if not, let's take a first-round pick and just sign somebody. What pick is this? That's the Chicago Bulls pick. What's the Bulls roster look like? I feel like they could be good next year. They added Desmond Bane, it looked like. There are a couple other valuable picks. Are these both Thunder picks? Houston, no, they're always good. Clippers, that's their unprotected pick. Oh, they added Jason Tatum. So, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that, actually. Hornets are always good. You know what? Kings? Do I think the Kings could be a playoff? Probably not, right? You wouldn't think so. It is top 3 protected, though. Can I actually get it unprotected in 2026? Is that possible? They want Nicole Yovich for another first-round pick? Probably not. How about I give you my first in 2028? And I'll give you one more second. Damn it. All right, we'll take the risk here. We'll do this risky. I don't want to say risky, but we're going to go ahead and take this pick here. That's just a Dallas pick, right? Yeah, it is. We're going to take this trade here with, where the hell is it? The San Antonio Spurs for that Bulls pick. I think the Bulls will be good, but ultimately it is just our backup point guard anyways. So now a guy like Richaun Holmes is going to slide into this backup center spot and hopefully be a solid option for us. Other than that, I'm excited with the upgrades and the trades we made. I will see you guys here at the start of year 4. We made some upgrades, and you would think this team would be the best team in the league, championship favorites. That being said, though, you win 67 and then 68 games. You don't win a finals, so maybe not. Let's see how this year works out for us. Ben Simmons, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam. New addition next to Bam Adebayo. Bench unit. We added Fred VanVleet, NBA champion, really good point guard to be our new 6th man with Terry Eason, who was our 6th man. Takes a little bit of a 7th man role, if you will, but still a very valuable member of this squad. Nicole Yovich, and then Richaun Holmes. It's a new-looking team somewhat. It's an improved team, definitely, and hopefully a championship team. I will see you guys here at the end of the 4th season in Miami. I'm a little surprised about this one. Ben Simmons wins the MVP award. I promise you I didn't override this or anything. It's just kind of funny to see. You know, that shocks me a lot, seeing Simmons win an MVP. That being said, what might shock me a little bit more is the fact that he was 29% from 3. That's honestly crazy. I can't even believe that. To nobody's surprise, we're the 1 seed here in the East. Hopefully with championship I don't want to say favorites, but championship hopes, I guess, this year. LZ Harrington, Rookie of the Year, is in Phoenix. Jamal Murray. Wow, it's something about Brooklyn always having 6 men of the year. Isaac Depoy up there in Portland. Jose Alvarado found a new home in Los Angeles, does win MVP. And we go 67-15. That's our 2nd time with that record. 1 game worse than last year. Hoping again to maybe win a championship. But who knows at this point? Player stats. Tyler Hero, Siakam, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. The scoring definitely got a little more spread out. I mean, when you add a guy like Fred VanVleet and a guy like Pascal Siakam, the scoring is definitely going to change a little bit. So, play-in, it is time. The Indiana Pacers here. Halliburton. They added Bradley Beal, Ben Mathurin, Jason Asamoah, Usman Garuba. Oh, they have DeJounte Murray coming off the bench. Sweet. What? What is going on in today's video? This is all sorts of weird. Are we going to lose? Are we serious? There's no shot we lose in the first round. Okay. I don't even know how that went to 7. Toronto Raptors, Io, Devin Booker, Kawhi Leonard. What in the world is going on in today's video? This might be one for the ages. We've seen a lot of weird stuff. This definitely might be some of the weirdest stuff we've seen so far. We are here in the Eastern Conference Finals. You got LeBron's 2 old teams. Garland, Okoro, Matisse Thybulle, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Josh Christopher. Very, very, very good team. Cannot emphasize that enough there in Cleveland. We're up 2-0. We're up 2-1 here against Cleveland. 2-2. So they're fighting back a little bit. We go up 3-2, and we're in the NBA Finals. And, oh, fuck. Just because I know how good these two are as a backcourt. They had a Chris Middleton. They obviously sold Jabari Smith Jr. Vucevic somehow always ends up in Houston. Kenyon Martin Jr., Naz Reid. Their bench it's not that strong. It's a good bench, but I would say ours is a little bit better. Let's see what happens here. We're up 2-1 here in the NBA Finals. We're 2-2 right now. We're up 3-2. I'm not going to hop in and get gameplay just because I don't want to risk the little exiting bug. And we win a championship. Thank the Lord. I cannot believe it. Someone called the press. I mean, good God. Bam Adebayo, Finals MVP. As we head into an offseason that is, not a ton of pressure on us anymore. I'd like to win another championship. That's not what I meant to do. I think this team at a minimum... Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were already at the draft. Oh, that Bulls pick's top. Wait, what? What pick is that? Do we actually have that? Oh my God, we have that pick at number 8. That Bulls pick is at number 8. I'm not sure what trade that was from or where and when the hell we got that, but I will wait. Did I take that Bulls? Oh wait, no, that was last year. I forgot. I thought I took the Spurs pick. It was just a trade with the Spurs. And we got some free agents. Wait, Jimmy Butler didn't retire, did he? Wait. I just want to make sure. Whoa, Steph retired. DeMar retired. Is he down to a 76, 79? Wait, Jimmy Butler didn't retire, right? Oladipo retired. Does not appear so. That would have sucked for us. I would have been really nervous at that point in time. So we got to figure out what we want to do with the 8th overall pick. Do I want to trade it or do I want to draft somebody? If I can move Rashawn Holmes in that 8th overall pick, some sort of maybe upgrade at the backup center spot, I think we're kind of chilling at this point. Maybe a guy like Thomas Bryant. Not horrible. We also acquired Jayshawn Tate in that deal. Zubats. Wow, didn't even play for Orlando. What happened to the man? Naz Reid. It's actually probably a serious upgrade right there. All right, we'll do that. If this wasn't the final season, this is never a deal I make, but that's definitely an upgrade at that backup center spot. So we do not use the 8th overall pick. Van Vliet accepts. Honestly, I don't even know if we're going to have enough money for everybody here. Jared Culver, what happened? This is definitely a huge free agency for us because guys like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are obviously our #1 priorities. Jimmy has 6 offers. Some maybe real-ish offers. Nothing looking too real there, but obviously getting Jimmy and Bam Adebayo. I'm surprised Bam didn't even have a single offer. Is obviously priority 1 and then priority 2. So I'm actually not even going to give Yovich or Easton an offer. Actually, maybe I could give them an offer. That's a trade exception. And give them their qualifying. That actually might be the play. I think I'm going to give them both their qualifying offers just because it is the final season here. All right, that makes sense. Hopefully we have enough money here to get all these guys. We do. Holy shit. That is a stressful but happy look on my face right now because we get everybody back somehow, and I will see you guys at the start of year 5. It's the final season for us here in Miami. We are coming off a championship. Finally, I mean, 3 seasons in a row of 67 or 68 wins, and it turns into 1 championship. I'd say it's a little bit of an underperformance, so I'd like to get another one this year. Ben Simmons, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, all the way down to an 87 overall. I was never moving on from Jimmy. Pascal Siakam, and then Bam Adebayo. The bench unit, Fred VanVleet, Nicole Yovich, Terry Easton, and Naz Reid. A very, very solid team. I would like to win a 2nd championship. I think that should have been kind of the minimum for the way this team was constructed. But let's see if that can happen. I will see you guys at the end of the 5th and final season. And we round out year 5 here as the 1 seed for the 4th straight season. Trey Young MVP. It's funny enough, the man won a championship, won a finals MVP, basically as a 6th man, and is now winning an MVP award, which is a lot more realistic than him ever being a 6th man. Koa Pete, Rookie of the Year, is in Los Angeles. They finally have their draft picks back, and they still suck. Nasir Cunningham, 6th Man of the Year, Jonathan Isaac, 2nd DPOY of this video, Bay Fall Most Improved. We go 67-15 again. Kind of feels like our permanent record, but this team is probably one of the better teams. Wow, Oklahoma City Thunder. Maybe they'll get to that finals this year. Maybe we'll get a rematch. What is that? Was that the 2012 finals? That was a fun final. I was 12 years old, but it's just insane to think about. Tyler Hero, again, leading us in scoring. Pascal Siakam, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, continuing to maybe take some steps back. He is 37, though. Bam Adebayo, Fred VanVleet, Nicole Yovich, Terry Easton, and Naz Reid. Rebounds per game went to Bam Adebayo, and assists was Ben Simmons. So let's sim the plan. 4th year in a row, we can say that. We got the 76ers. Chris Dunn, Tyrese Maxey. It's a very different-looking Sixers team. Still got Joel Embiid, though, anchoring it down. He has one in an MVP in today's video. Not a championship, but unfortunately, doesn't look like he's going to be getting one today. We win in 5, moving on to the Atlanta Hawks. MVP and Finals MVP, Trey Young. Looks like, DeJounte Murray did find a new home, but Shaedon Sharpe there now, replacing DeJounte Murray. Not a bad replacement option. We're up 2-1 here. We are 2-2 now. We go up 3-2, and we're on to the East Finals. We got the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, Kessler Edwards. I mean, like, you move on from Kevin Durant and then Zion. Like, that's also something I've been noticing recently. Zion never ends up re-signing with the Pelicans when he becomes an unrestricted free agent. They also had a Rudy Gobert, so that's a scary front court. But I still think we can beat them. I really do. We're up 3-0 here, and we sweep them somehow. We got a rematch of last year. Scoot Henderson, who's developed again. Jalen Green overall keeps going up. Dylan Mitchell, Tobias Harris Jr. still got Vucevic. They have a prisoner as their sixth man. Kenyon Martin Jr., Declan Duru, Sharif Cooper. Oh boy, let's see what happens here in the NBA Finals. I want to get some gameplay with this team just because this is such a fun squad, and honestly, never a team I've like this that I've put together. So I would love to get some gameplay. It looks like we're going to be winning here in 5 games, which is obviously awesome, and going back to back. I will see you guys in there with our second championship. We're here in Miami on our home floor, and we are hoping to close out our second championship. And I'm doing it in a very happy... That's not the pass I wanted to make. That's not the pass at all. I thought I was on Tyler Hero. So, you know, when there's no pressure on me, I'm up by 26 points. I'll kind of do what I always do. I'll just talk about the team a little bit. And for next year, obviously not this roster right now. No shot. No shot. Oh my God, I got a pretty good release off too. That would have been nuts. So yeah, this Miami Heat team was obviously, they're a team that's always going to be in the mix. When you got a guy like Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo there, Kyle Lowry, even if he's fully healthy, and a very good head coach in Eric Spoelstra, this is a squad that is always going to be in contention. That being said, are they going to be able to get by the Milwaukee Bucks when fully healthy with Chris Middleton? Maybe they can get by the Celtics. I mean, they almost did this year, and they didn't even have Tyler Hero healthy. So, you know, this is a team with a whole lot of talent and a hell of a head coach. I would not be surprised if this was a finals team next year. I want my Celtics to be back, but there's just something about those Miami Heat, man, that really does scare me. So I'm excited to watch it next season. I cannot wait to see. There's something wrong with me. There's like legitimately something wrong with me. I'm like already excited for playoff basketball. We haven't even had opening night yet. Like absolutely insane statement for me to say. But I really am. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But obviously, I got to wait until next spring, unfortunately. The pick and roll is not, you know, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bam's having a hell of a closeout game with 25, 8, and 7 so far. This is a very, very good way to end this video. So we'll probably do 1 or 2 more possessions. I'm not going to play the whole 2 minutes just because, you know, I got things to do. I got to edit this video. I got work tomorrow morning. So other than that, we're going to basically probably do 1 more offensive possession here. But those are basically my thoughts on the Miami Heat. It did suck that they did lose P.J. Tucker, especially to a rival like the Philadelphia 76ers. So that's not the shot I wanted at all. I thought it was going to go to the rim. I'll do 1 more. But, you know, this is still a very good team. And I think defense is going to be a huge part of this team. It's a very good defense. Oh, that's not the move I wanted to make. So I'm excited to watch Miami. I'm especially excited to watch playoff Jimmy Butler next year because he is always such a different animal when it comes to playoffs. That's not me saying he's a bad player in the regular season, but Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is just absolutely ridiculous. All right, I'm losing it. I will see you guys with the Finals MVP. It's a good thing I didn't hop in year 4 because we got the little exiting glitch here in 2K, which, yeah, I still don't know why that happens. It's fucking 2K at this point. But crazy-ass squad we built. I think this might be one of my better ones in a 5-year rebuild so far, and I had a ton of fun making it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy as well. If you did, leave a like down below. It would be greatly appreciated, of course. If you guys are new around here, the road to 40K has officially started, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. We all would as a community. So that pretty much wraps this one up for me. Let me know your thoughts on the 2022-2023 Miami Heat down below in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.